Okay, in some ways, this is going to be the beginning. A new start. Because I started out, I don't even know, 2 months ago maybe. I took my phone and I just came out and said, I'm Frederick William Reiners Jr., and I am the Antichrist. And it was crazy because I started a spiel about a number, because I do have a number. It's a 52-digit number. It starts with a 0 and ends with a 0. And it's pretty interesting. But anyway, I I went through so many changes. I couldn't pause. I couldn't, I didn't even know how to hold the phone. If you put it on the side, it does the whole screen. I was having a little upright, so all my videos was coming out with all black with just a little piece of me. And I think it went up to 35, 35 or 36 C. And I did something, or somebody hacked me, because a woman had my password, and I was up to 838 views, which is, I was growing every day. I would gain some, and I was feeling pretty positive, feeling really good about it. But I wanted to get to 1,000, so I could get that K. I just wanted that K. But anyway, they all disappeared. So I met a woman. I don't know if they're fiancés or not, but it's my son that don't want me talking about him. But it's his girlfriend. Her name's Jamie Leake. And I'm really fascinated with this woman because she's a rap, 1984 rap, and redhead, and knows country music. And honest, really honest. And I want them to get married so bad, because then she would be my daughter-in-law. It would be really cool. But now that's been probably a month now, since that started. They say it's the allergies. I don't know. But anyway, calendars are interesting. I don't want them to change the calendars. It was 94. I was in Chillicothe, and it was coming up on Will's birthday, August 4th. And I think this was 94. I was in Chillicothe. I wanted to write him something, but I got sidetracked on the calendars. I got it. I got it now. But I had two books, and somehow I combined them, and I made a master perpetual calendar. And this is the only one in existence. Nobody else ever did this, because this was my creation. I did this. And it was cool, because I had the Julian calendar and the Gregorian calendar. And so I could tell you what day anything was. Forever, since man started keeping track of time. So anyway, there's right now in the Gregorian calendar, you have 14 calendars. You got 7 regular, and then you got 7 leap year. The high numbers and the low numbers. So you got 14 calendars. And so they keep repeating themselves over the years. So what's got me really wired up right now, and happen to call this the beginning, is 50 years ago, I was in Coxsackie. You could call that Gladiator School in New York. I was 16919. That was my number. I say my mother got killed 6/6/71. That was yesterday. Because right now I'm in 1971 because the calendar is the same as this one. Yesterday was 6. That was the day I found out that my mother was killed. And, 50 years is basically a long time, you know. But I'm there. I'm there. Because I went through some pretty heavy duty stuff. Because I got to cuss now. Because I'm not going to think about the point-sized warriors or protesters. But then maybe I am. Because they've heard the word that I'm about to say. But the last thing I told my mother was, fuck you, bitch. That's the last words I told her. And she wrote me a letter and I ripped it up and flushed it down the toilet. And today, I was tied down to a bed, a steel bed. The springs cutting into me. I was in a sheet with your arms in and your legs in, so you couldn't move. And I was tied to this metal springs. I gotta pause a minute. Okay. I don't know how to get my phone writings on a YouTube. I don't know how to do that. Like, I woke up about 3:30 and the phone has been very interesting. They gave me this thing. It's a Samsung Galaxy J2. The day I got out of prison, I was sweating everybody in existence in prison about getting this phone. This is the phone my sister had, and Duffy told me he was going to give it to me. So all I could think about in my world was getting this phone. And they wouldn't let me send it to the prison. And the rules were you couldn't associate with anybody that worked at the prison for 6 months. So I was going crazy. I wanted my phone. I didn't want to. I didn't know much, but I knew I didn't want to be without a phone. But I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it to have July 8th last year. But a funny thing happened. I got rescued. Because I'm saying 28 years. I was saying 27. But here's the story. July to August. September. If I would have did 2 more months, it would be 28 years. So it was closer to 28 years than 27 years. That's how long I did. I was locked up from September 21st, 92 to July 8th, 2020. So that's pretty damn close to 28 years. Anyway, there's a woman. She works at Grafton. And, there's a lot of videos on YouTube right now with my name and The Other Way with OBG and GABBIE. And OBG is, I got to put her out there, because I'm not going to say where she lives or nothing like that, but I am saying she works at Grafton. And her name's Jennifer Berry, and I call her OBG, the original boss goddess. And this woman has been in my mind since '03. That's how long she's been in my mind. And I told you I wouldn't smoke no more, but I gotta smoke. I'm not gonna keep falsing. I'm a smoker. And It's wrong, it's not good, it's bad, and I can't continue much longer because it's killing me. I cough. I mean, cough bad. Short of breath. But anyway, back to OBG. She, well, there was a few people involved. I used to have a therapist. Her name is Lori Bohattie. And she's my birthday girl. And she was my therapist for over a year. And I met her early 17. And it was love at first sight. I was fascinated with her. She didn't become my therapist for a good year. And when I found out she was my birthday girl, she wasn't going to tell me. She said she was the 16th. And then one day, she just come out and told me she was the 18th. And anyway, she's the one who put the idea of the Nord Center in OBG's head. So OBG contacted the Nord Center. And there was a lot of people trying to get me there because I'm not from Lorain County. I'd never been in Lorain in my life. I'd never been, the closest I've been to Lorain is in Grafton, But there was an Ed Garcia. Now he's the, oh hell. This is a nice card. It's metal. It's the Veterans of Foreign Wars. It's my dad's, but it's got my name on it. Yeah, it's metal. Really is. Damn, I got my Social Security card. Wow. Oh, here it is. I should have that on the top. But anyway, Ed Garcia, he is called the Re-Entry Coordinator. One hell of a guy. But he frustrated me. But let me go back. The first thing they did, they let me have a cigarette at the North Center. I got there, and OBG spent a good week calling everybody. Then there was this Christy. She's got a real funny name. She's a tall, skinny 69 kid. And she was involved. There was a lot of people on my behalf to get me into the North Center, not send me to the mission in Cleveland, which would have been ugly for me if I would have had to been in Cleveland. So anyway, I get to the North Center, I'm at the desk, and they come up and hand me a phone. That Galaxy J2. It was crazy, I'm going crazy to get a phone, and they give me the darn phone. So anyway, I stayed there 10 days. I could have probably stayed there 3 months. At least 2. Air conditioning, all the food you could eat. And good food. I mean, they really fed you good there. And all the pretty women working there. So anyway, I had a tablet. I got it. It's in Texas right now, getting unlocked. It's a prison tablet. They called it JP5. A player, tablet, whatever. So it was touchscreen. So I knew quite a bit about how the touchscreen worked, and I got pretty good with that. But it's nothing like a smartphone, It's just, I got this one now. This is a Samsung A11, and it continues to fascinate me every day. I guess they just mowed this yard. They say that's how it happened. Because they put a swimming pool up. It's big, one of them above ground. I never seen one that big. Damn thing's big. Bold at the sides. I don't know how it's going to stay together. But anyway, I never used to have allergies, but they say you can grow into them as you get older. But I got this phone. There was a nurse, Monica Pryor. She's a Bohattie Mimi type, a little shorter, but just as cute. And kind of, I don't know her nationality, but she probably some kind of India or something. You know, she got that nice, real light, like a tan, beautiful girl. Got a slight little accent. But anyway, me and her kind of got talking. So she, even though she had an iPhone, she knew enough about the Android to get me how to turn it on and to get it going. So she took my picture. Then I had a picture of a viper that was taking me in prison by the deputy warden Reynolds. And Spat, he gave me the big picture of it in a folder and a few things about taking my meds and all this stuff, you know. So anyway, she did something on Facebook that I guess it's called a profile. She made a profile for me. And it's still kind of there. Yeah, you know, the basics is still there. It's been altered a lot because people over the year, I keep saying years, these months are starting to feel like years. But I had big, I'm running, big dreams of Facebook. When I was in prison, I was doing a blog. And I was on Facebook. There was an organization, the last that it was called was Epic. And they would, I'd plug into the kiosk and download my blog to them, and they would put me on Facebook. But there was a lot of people. And I was just saying, I sometimes use AC or Antichrist. And not too many people want to write the Antichrist. You know? And I don't even think I had a picture. I don't think I had a picture. But, so I didn't get any responses from. But the people in prison, I called them the 3 Bs. It was Barry, Bohattie, and Burger. I called them the 3 Bs, and they were like, they're my goddesses, you know? And I gotta. Okay, I'm not sure how I want to do this because I want to start at the. I want to start this video making kind of just just new. Like when I first started on YouTube, when I came out and blurted out that I'm the Antichrist, my name and a number and all that. I kind of want to do that. I want to just start fresh. And what started happening on Facebook let me down. I was really sad. I thought I could just get on Facebook and the whole world was there, you know. I just thought it would be there. But it wasn't like that. You had to have people on your page or whatever. And I wasn't having any. But soon, people were requesting me. And they had a lot of rules there. But it was a sweet place. The North Center, you could, but they basically shut you down at 10 o'clock. And you wasn't even supposed to be on your phone. But I was cheating, and so I started smoking pretty heavy because I rolled my own, and that's what I did. Because when I got there, I knew I couldn't afford to buy cigarettes, but I knew I could afford to buy a 6-ounce bag of tobacco. That's worth $1,000 or $1,200 in the joint. It really is. These little, I could get probably $10 for that. But anyway, I'm getting requests. And I did have a friend that used to visit me in prison. That's what the organization's called, Friend to Friend. So he still is on my Facebook, even though all the crazy stuff that's happened since July 8th. He's still in my Facebook. And I still got my original email address. I don't know how many passwords I've had, but I've had a lot. And it's been a crazy ride. It really has been. But here I am, stuck on stupid, because this is 1971 to me. And I was in that sheet I was telling you about. I mean, it wasn't no joke. They like how they treat you now. You know, they tie you down on a nice soft bed, give you stretch walks. They let you out. You know, move your joints before way to the bed. You know, they're a little more user friendly than it was back then. Because in New York, it's DOC. It ain't DRC. You know, Rehabilitation and Corrections. It's just Department of Corrections. It's a big difference. So anyway, I'm getting a lot of requests, and I just would accept. I would just be happy and accept them. And I believe in love. I do. I do. I start out with love in my heart. You know, I believe anything you tell me, and you can't do that online. You know, you can't, because it's a mess. So I ended up in 10 days. It was the 18th, and it was a Saturday, and I just wanted out of there. You know, they found me an apartment. It was a stripped down apartment. This place right here, and they had made arrangements for me to get a. They were supposed to buy me a table, kitchen table, a queen size bed, and a couch, a washer and a dryer, a refrigerator, and a stove, and a microwave. Okay. The pandemic's on, so you couldn't buy a refrigerator or a stove. You couldn't buy appliances. You just couldn't get them. Same with the washer and dryer. So I, give me a used one. You know, instead of waiting a couple months for a new one, I went with a used one, a stove and a refrigerator. And everybody said I was stupid. Now, I don't know yet. There's some refrigerators makes a lot of funny noises, but it's the best refrigerator I ever seen. And it's a Hot Point. I got kudos to Hot Points, you know, because this little bugger, it makes funny noises. But I've never touched the temperature control, and it's amazing. It really is. But on the 18th, I came here, and I had a bed and a kitchen table, and the table was broke, so I only had 3 legs, so they couldn't get the couch in, so I never did get the couch. But I was free. You can see the arch there. That's what attracted me to this place. All the rooms has got arches. There's no doors in here. You know, I don't even have curtains up. I just love it. You know, I got a bathroom door. I shouldn't have said that. And I got one to the basement. But as far as it's considered a 3-bedroom apartment. But this is considered a bedroom, and I turned it into an office, which is pretty nice. I got it pretty nice in here. You know, I really do. I got a desk that's unbelievable, a chair, but soon, like last July, I was every waking minute, every waking second, I was on the phone, and I was getting requests, and all these women were in their 30s and beautiful, and probably men. As I found out now, it's, But I ended up being really stupid. I give out my information, I give out my passport, I give out my social security number, I give out my ID front and back, and I lost Facebook. And I really went through a lot of changes in this. I'm calling it a year because it's almost a year. The 8th will be a year, and I'm getting pretty good now. I got that's why I wish I could figure out how to put my phone in here. I know there's a way because the phone is attached to the computer. Because I just bought this. I love Samsung. I really do. I'm hooked on Samsung. I'm going to buy everything from now on Samsung makes. Refrigerators, stoves, whatever they got, I'm going to buy. But anyway, I just bought a Samsung Chromebook. It's a little tiny thing. That's what I'm on right now. It's about all I know how to do is the videos. And see, I got talking with my son's girlfriend, and she told me to make 30-minute videos because they watch them. They don't like me, but they watch them. I think she likes me a little bit, but he's probably got her turned against me by now because she's cooled off a little bit. I haven't heard nothing from her in a while, and because we used to talk on the phone and everything. But I got some pretty heavy-duty accusations, that's how you say it, about me, and it's not true. It just ain't. And it's a mess. I got a mess out there. I say out there like I'm still in prison, but in the world. Because right now I'm kind of like, I go to the store. I got a bike. I got a nice bike with a trailer so I can get my groceries. I even go out to Walmart, which is like a little over 4 miles. And that's a long ways for me because I'm getting my knees burned. But one day I accidentally did 22 miles. And I couldn't walk for a couple of days, but I did it. But anyway, right now, I'm not involved in a church. There's a church over there up on this rock. It's an old church, and I just loved the way it looked. And I met the pastor's wife, and she invited me. It was a funny story. And she has a sister, and I think she's still on my Facebook. If I wrote her, I think she would get it because she's on there. But the Antichrist is a heavy-duty thing. It really is. It really, really is, And in so many ways, it's just pure insanity because the way it's wrote in the Bible, the Antichrist has never been able to be fulfilled. Till I came. And I was conceived to be the Antichrist. I'm a reversal of Jesus. Everything Jesus did, I'm the opposite of. That's where the anti comes in. I love Jesus. I say Jesus is my little brother. And but like the virgin, I had a virgin father. In the whore of Babylon. That's where I was conceived. And I did have a snake on my back when I was born. A perfect 666 with a head and a tail. That was the sign. And it only stayed there for a year, then it faded away. But it was there. And I think I can find proof. Because I've been saying that my doctor died in 1968, but he had a son. Now, I've been in touch with some people that had the cemetery. It's a long story about a plot that I inherited that I just gave to him. I sent him all the paperwork because I didn't know I had it, but I had all the paperwork. Duffy sent it to me. I thought it was instructions for the laptop and the phone. So I don't read instructions good. So I never opened it up. But anyway, the doctor's son, Charles, is still living. So I'm saying that he has paperwork because his dad, George Mills, used to have to be a Mason to be a doctor, lawyer, judge. You know, they did rule the world. That was the plan from 1610, to rule the world. And that's where the Antichrist got conceived. And Jesus didn't do the Antichrist. Jesus came to close the Old Testament. That's why he had no idea that there was going to be a mess that we got now. He didn't make this. And that's why a lot of people, talk about Jesus, but Jesus is mad. He died in vain at the mess we got right now. We got more starving babies than there ever was in the Old Testament. So anyway, I believe that Charles has records of the snake on my back. And, I had a bad accident in 60, and that's why I got trouble with my knees, because they got hurt pretty bad. And I had my appendix out, my tonsils out first. So I was under his, when they put you under with ether, they can do a lot of things to your head. They can put a lot of things in your head when you're under like that, in power suggestion, whatever you call it. But they can do things. And I believe that they did. Because my life has been one hell of a mess. And it is an incredible life. That's why I do have the 3 Bs. And I do have GMAC. And I do have quite a following on Facebook. And I wish I could show what I just wrote this morning. I spent about an hour on, and I found out how to do it on Facebook. I can send 6 pictures. And then when you go to WhatsApp, it goes in a place, then you can write on that picture. So I wrote a long story, and so I sent it to 6 people. So each people got that message. And YouTube is an interesting thing. I'm fascinated with it. It takes it puts you all over the world. People can see YouTube, and YouTube is a very big thing, and it's an amazing thing, because I thought there's going to be money involved, and I just don't have it. I got a stimulus money coming after the 22nd. I'm seeing a tax lady that's going to make me eligible for the money that I should have got if I had been filing taxes, but I have, my name ain't in taxes because I've been in prison. But I'm getting that taken care of Tuesday, or the 22nd. But YouTube, it takes me, it depends how long I make the video, about an hour to upload it. And it's on my TV. Everybody's TV, I should say. If I get it right. When I first started out, I didn't know about private and public and all that. How come my videos ain't showing up? I really did go through some serious drama over this YouTube before I got this. But the idea of YouTube was, again, Bo Hattie. She's the one that did. She's in the sidelines because I I have no contact with her except through OBG because she's in love with somebody and he's jealous. And she's a one-woman man. That's just how she is. And but she she's she was. I don't know. I'm still thinking she'll probably watch this one. You know. But I haven't been doing much in the last week or so. Almost 2 weeks. I haven't been. Things has been kind of messed up for me. Because I speak open and honest, and I don't have too many filters. I don't like filters. I like to be able to just talk, and between family and various friends, I ain't able to always be open and honest. But anyway, YouTube is something I didn't think I could do when I first, because OBG said, Bo Hattie said I should start YouTube. And I didn't think I could. I didn't think I could do it. And I'm a little sad that my first video is gone. I was really a potty mouth. I really was. I was really bad. I'm trying to stop that. And even though I'm smoking, I said I wouldn't smoke no more. But I can't. I can't do that 1 hour cigarette or 2 hour cigarette. I just can't do it. I got a dip in too. I eat this stuff. This is my third can since I started. I love it. But YouTube is a fascinating thing to me. I like how I look. I don't never know what I'm going to say. I go with the feeling. And I said the Antichrist is insanity. And I'm certifiable. I am. I couldn't get a not guilty by reason of insanity, though. But if you look at the paperwork on me, I got quite a record on mental health. But I found over the years, I was in the beginning. When I get to Ohio in '78, they called me paranoid schizophrenic, and '78 was a crazy year. But so I thought I had two personalities. I thought I was, because I was married. I thought I was a husband and a father, and normal. But then I thought the Antichrist was another part of me. So I had that's what I thought schizophrenia meant, but that ain't what it means. It ain't like that. So then, I did a lot of time. I've done a lot of time. And, then they switched the diagnosis from paranoid schizophrenia to chemical imbalance. And started all kinds of stuff with me, with medications. I've been through a whole lot. But in 15, I was in Madison. And I would be I would just get just plain crazy. So they sent me to Oakwood. That's where they force medication on you. And in '96, they came up with the RTU, Residential Treatment Unit. That's a nut house in the prison. It was a pretty expensive thing when they first started out with it. It was cost a lot of money. The federal government had to get involved in it. But by 15, they had, I forget the exact number of RTUs, but Allen was one in Lima. I used to tell them in Oakwood that, they ain't going to need you no more because they got the RTU. The RTU is going to be able to take care of. They ain't going to have to send people to Oakwood no more to get forced medication. Sure enough, that's how it came about. They did it all on the TV. Forced meds and everything. The hearing, it's a pretty elaborate system they got going on. So anyway, in 15, I get sent to Allen. And funny story, I got crazier than hell in Madison. I get to be people get kind of scared of me because I'm kind of a handful. But anyway, I ended up getting a drug called risperidol. I hated it. It made me tired, sleepy, and but I've been on this stuff, 4 milligrams a day, since 15. And I take it like the most important thing in my world is that damn risperidol. Because it lets me be not 10 feet tall and bulletproof. It lets me be functioning. I'm taking care of myself. Oh, I get Social Security. But, I pay my bills and I'm doing pretty good. I say I'm taking care of myself because you got to take care of yourself. You got to pay your bills and you got to various things. You got to eat and got to clean up after yourself. You got to do all these things. And so I'm functioning, and I am the Antichrist. And so right now they call me bipolar. That's what the new term is. And that's a catch-all for a lot of people. It really is. And but I got back to Grafton in 16. And I fought it. They would, every 6 months they'd take me up for a med hearing, and I'd lose it and I'd have to keep taking it. But I'm not on. I'm free now, so I can stop it at any time. I don't, there ain't nothing in the world that says I got to take that damn risperidol. And I shouldn't call it damn risperidol because I think it is a miracle drug. Because just listening to this guy here about the solar farms across Ohio. It's going to get interesting. I keep saying not to pay attention to my old videos, but when we get electric cars, them oil companies is going to get really get crazy. The world's going to get kind of. But I got a couple things going on here. I was talking about the church that I met, Tina, and I had a collection of videos and pictures. Now, I wasn't on porn. This was all people that would do whatever I asked them to do, for a gift card, $20 gift card. I spent about $350. I got all the cards. I can prove how much. I got them all. I got a picture of them. I spread them all out and took a picture. It's on my phone. But Tina friended me. But then she seen my mess. That's why OBG won't get on Facebook with me because I got she calls it an army of hoes. I was up to 4,997. You only can have 500 or 5,000. That's the max you can have. And I had, I wanted to delete Facebook, just do away with it. But my emails that connected to it. And I would have to start a new email to start a new account. And I can't, I'm bullheaded, and I like my email. And my email address, I just like it. And even though it's been hacked a couple times, I like it. And I've been able to keep it. That it works. It works. It still works. And so I'm trying to defriend them one at a time. And I'm down, I think I'm down to 3,120 or 30 or something like that. And I'm not accepting everybody when they put a request in. But they come up on WhatsApp. And I just I still believe I can find love online. I believe I can find love online. I think I have. In a couple situations, I think I have found love. There's a Tasha. I got to show her picture. She don't want me to advertise her, but. Oh, wait a minute, I did it wrong. But I've never seen nothing like this. Yesterday, she said she's going to go to church. That's how she went to church. She reminded me of the singing nun with, or the flying nun with Sally Fields. Oh, I love her. She showed me a picture of her church. Unbelievable. Now she's out in California. I'm not even sure where. I'm not for sure where. But she's a born again Christian. And been since 19. She says she loves me. Because I told her my story. And I don't know what would happen if I had the money and send it to her. She would come because she said she wants half of it. And that's the game. That's one of the biggest scams there is. Pay half of the fare and just keep it, and then it's a false name, and because she came to me under a false name. She was using somebody else's phone. That's one example I got. I call them the Texas Three. There's Grace, Susan, and Mary. In the beginning, I believed that they were real. Because no matter what I asked, they did. They did it. But then I met Gabbie. She's the one I got on YouTube. OBG and GABBIE. And at the time, she was a 22-year-old model in California. And she had sent me a lot of pictures. I'm not talking about porn now. This is just modeling pictures. And she was a pretty little thing. But I was showed that they would uploaded pictures or downloaded pictures because I call him my paid friend. He said he's my helper, but he's paid to help me coordinate whatever they call. It checks up on you, looks in my cupboards and my refrigerator, my bathroom, and see if I'm taking care of myself. But he did something on the computer, and he showed me where there's a stamp you can see on the picture. So she was sending me. OBG said she was fake. But she sent me $100. But it was a game because I've sent a lot of Google Play cards out, but I've never had one. So I couldn't get it to work. And then when I finally just I trust this one woman. I sent it to her, and she said it wasn't no good. And I checked the other one, and it wasn't no good. Because I would lose $15 on 50, to get it. But everybody wants them. But I don't know. So I never had anybody send me money. So I really went hook, line, and sinker for her. And she popped up yesterday with another number, and I didn't know who it was, but she was talking about YouTube, and she screenshotted me a picture of YouTube, and she says I don't never talk about it. That I forgot about her because what she did, she said she got hacked and lost thousands of dollars. Thousands, I mean big bucks, over 200 grand. And now she wants money. And she's throwing that $100 in my face. But I never got that $100. I never did. I needed it too. I needed 20. That's how much I needed to get me to the first of the month. But that's part of a game, a scam, you could call it. I got to pay attention here. Yeah. Because I have run these up to 2 hours. I have. And Jamie told me to make them 30 minutes. But I'm a little let down with Jamie right now. I love her, though. I do. I love her. I love her a lot. I never met a girl born in '84 that knows country like she knows country. Unbelievable. Really. And I got in trouble making a video. I was on my phone and I went in the bedroom and I put classic music choice, classic country. And, I was talking with the music, I get something from Facebook saying I was infringing on copyrights for. Here's a quarter called Somebody That Cares, Travis Stritt. So I ended up having to delete it because you can't do that. You can't use music off that scenario. But I got Spectrum News on here, and I can hear it. It's just a little rumble on the video. But I do like to keep up on things. But I'm got a lot of things going on here on this video. I was talking about 71. I'm talking about being crazy. I'm talking about various things. Facebook and YouTube. And tomorrow, I see on the phone, I'm going to have an interview with a psychiatrist. Now, I had an Indian, she had a funny name, but I met her when I was at the Nord Center on TV. And she had an accent. I believe she was born in like 71. I loved her. I did. I used to just love, when she'd make a phone call, I would just, we had, because she had that accent, it just drove me crazy. And it was sexy. But anyway, she moved up in the world and went to Florida. That's a couple months ago. So I don't have a doctor. And I'm scared they're going to give me a man doctor. And that ain't going to work. So anyway, tomorrow I got another phone call from a woman doctor. I forget her name. I just got a message. I don't know if it's Jean or something like that. But I heard her voice, so I'm going to be all right. But when you're stable on medication, that's the beauty of Risperidol. I'm stable. And I used to say, when they had me as a paranoid schizophrenic, and I thought it was split personality, I said, I'm not scared no more, and I'm not a husband and a father. I'm the Antichrist. So there ain't no more schizophrenia. I'm just the Antichrist. That's what I was saying when I got locked up in 92 to 90, because I was supposed to get out July 17th of 95. That's when I was supposed to get out. Called myself the son of woman. SOW. And again, back to Jesus. He was son of man. And oh, wow. But when you're stable, and I'm stable. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this video. I feel like running it up to 2 hours. Just one of them where you're just going to have to, I say put a background noise. Put it on TV and just, because you don't have to sit there and watch it, because it's just me, Yeah, I'm not, I ain't shaving off my beard or shaving my head. I do shave my head every few days. I should have shaved yesterday morning, but I didn't. I'm actually going through some pretty heavy-duty stuff right now, because I am stuck on, like I started out with 71 being the same calendar as this, And 50 years ago, I was going through some pretty heavy-duty stuff. And I do want to touch on that. I put an X in this week coming in 71. They put me in a strip cell. I made an X on the wall. Now, I never heard voices, but I would stare at that X, and I would think. And I would think things in my head, questions that I had. And I say my mother answered every question that I had at that point in time. Now, she didn't speak to me, but she gave me the understanding. I was able to see in my mind what the answer was. It's hard to explain it. People talk about hearing voices and all this stuff. I never heard a voice in my life, but I get the feeling. So in 71, this week in 71, every question, I knew everything. I did about the Antichrist. And I didn't even know it was the Antichrist then, because I hadn't been saved yet. I didn't get saved until December 19th of 74. A whole lot of shit happened between that X on the wall and December 19th of 74. A lot of shit happened. I got a piece of tobacco in my beard mustache. But it was really intense. And I used, it only lasted for like a week. Then she went away. But there ain't never a day that go by that I don't think about her. Probably 3 times a day, maybe more. At least 3 times a day. My mother's in my head. And that's 50 years. But when a kid, and your mom goes out and gets drunk, and then she get talking. She was a whore. She was nothing about it. She didn't charge. She would just give it away. She just liked to have sex. And the more the merrier. But anyway, she would get drunk and say she's going to die with a can of beer in one hand and a cigarette in the other, having a good time. Now, she was with Ronnie Decker. Now, I believe he was born somewhere in the mid to late 40s, because he wasn't much older than me. But he was in Vietnam in 65. in the Army as an advisor. That's when it was before the war. They called them advisors. Yeah, I just turned over an hour. But he had a 66 Mustang. I can't remember how they went, but they had a number, and it was a 350. Not that ain't the motor, but that was the model. It was a Shelby or something. But then I think they had the 500. But anyway, they had the racing strip along the side and had 350 in there. GT 350 or something like that. But it was a fast car. It had the high performance 289, which nowadays the horsepower that generated, I think it was 300 or 272 horsepower. 4 cylinders are punching out 380 horsepower. So comparing engines, you can't, because the Mustang V6 is punching out more horsepower than the high performance 289 did. But anyway, I always say 6671 because that's when I found out. But she actually died Friday night, and when they dug her out of cut her out of the car, she had a cigarette burning in her hand and a can of beer in one hand, and with Ronnie Decker. And there were 6 people died on Route 6 in a '66 Mustang, and I say the 6th day of June. So all the things my mother was, there's one thing she wasn't, and that's a liar. I never know the lie from her. Everything she ever told me is true. And, that's, not many people can say that. But anyway, I don't know what to do. I had all kinds of... I ought to call Will up, and that's my paid helper, and see if he can help me put my writing to YouTube. I don't know how to do it. I don't know. That'd be interesting to have to start reading stuff. But the way modern stuff, I don't like that word technology because it's beyond technology. It's modern stuff. It's amazing. Like, I gotta plug in. Oh, I can't get there. It is. When I first got this Chromebook, I call it CB. I was, no more worrying about anything. I could pause it, and I didn't have to worry about 26 minutes. It really was, it was just, and it was kind of fast to download it. And, but, so this morning, when I was writing, I wrote 2 pretty long letters, and I sent it to 6 women. And I talked about YouTube, and I'm talking about getting to the bottom of this. I'm trying to see why I can't get a selfie. When I ask somebody to hold a toothbrush and a roll of toilet paper and send me a selfie, they can't do it. I ask them to go stand in front of a TV, they can't do it. And so in the beginning, I don't know how to explain it, but everything I asked for, but there must be some kind of bank where they keep their videos, and there has to be money in it, in a $20 card. So they must have quite a few people quite a few people like me that I don't know, OBG calls it gross. But whatever the word is, lust, I'm sweating. I don't want this shirt on because I don't have the air conditioner on. And it's in the 70s, but it's hotter in here. Plus I'm dipping and smoking and drinking coffee. That's not all. You know, caffeine, nicotine. But when I was in bed writing, I would write in bed. I read anywhere, you know. With the phone, you can sit on the couch and you can sit I can sit here and I can sit at the kitchen table. You know, I'm getting pretty good at writing on the phone. I'm better at writing on the phone than I am on here. And I can type, but I like the words that pop up on the screen on the phone because I use them. I use them. I ain't forgot how to make it pop up on the screen on the keypad. I'm just so good with this finger. You know, I'm just so good with it. I learned that on the tablet. But I am sweating. Just thinking about being free and in prison, you know, because I've been in Grafton since 16 till I got out. And you only had one temperature. Now I can do whatever I want to do. I can go hot, cold, in between. But yeah, I like it. But anyway, I had big plans when I was in bed this morning, coming out here and making a video. It's a new beginning. And I don't think I'm doing as good as I thought I was going to do. But I do want to get growing again. I want to get my views coming back. And I do want to get to, I want to get my book published. I want to, you know, I have an incredible story about the AC. It is incredible. I've made videos of my house, my office, and I used the phone, and I got quite a thing going on, and but I keep falling in love, like Tasha, like Gabbie. I'm not even going to talk about the Texas 3. But I know if I do if I accidentally win the lottery, that would be nice. I will spend a lot of money to find out the truth of the Texas 3. Who's running that show and how they're doing it. Because I think Grace is a professional. That's what Gabbie told me. She's a $200,000 video porn star. Really pretty. They're all pretty. But I don't know. She can't do a selfie neither. She can't do a selfie. And they can't talk on the phone. That's another thing that drives me crazy. They can't talk on the phone. Talking about an ice cream shop and you're making a banana split. I got ice cream. You know, I got it pretty good. I got it real good. And here I am. I'm on 2 years now. I'm on 71 and 21. And this was heavy duty time for me in 71. I don't understand the hereafter. Being the Antichrist, I say I'm like the prodigal son, you know, that Jesus, oh, not Jesus, but God's gonna not put me in damnation forever and ever and burning and torment and all that. And He's gonna let me surrender or not want to be God. That's why He got kicked out of there at the beginning, according to the Bible. Lucifer. But when I got saved in '74, and I ended up in prison in Wisconsin for 3 years, and meeting the priest every Wednesday, I could not accept my eternal life for putting Jesus on the cross. If I said, if that's the only way I can go to heaven, then I ain't going. And I mean that. You know, I do. Because, like I say, he's my little brother. That's heavy duty when you think that. But I believe with all my heart that I have the Spirit of Christ. And I got that Spirit in '74. And like when I talk to, and we haven't talked on the phone either. And I'm talking about Tasha now. And I'm not going to put much of her business on here, because she asked me not to. She don't want me to publicize her. I already put a picture on there. But I got a picture on Facebook. She's my story. I'm going to make her my story from now on. I took Opal, the dog, off. And I finally got it all lined up, so she's going to be popping up every day now. So I thought that was a beautiful picture. And when you know her history, it's really quite inspiring. Now she's talking about coming and live with me. That's what she's talking about doing. But I've heard that before too. And oh, I don't know. She's supposed to be able to watch me. I got quite a few people supposed to be able to watch me. And that say they are. But when you get 2 hours of ramblings, and some people, that's what I used to be, I'm known for, is rambling. You know, and I do, I ramble. But more and more on YouTube, I sometimes just put it on and just leave it play. Because on my TV, that goes backwards. And sometimes I just go in there and look. And I said, oh, that's a mistake. And I do make a lot of mistakes. You know, I say the wrong year. I say the wrong number. I make mistakes. And like today, I should have dug out the perpetual calendar that I made. Because I don't even know what number of week this is. And I'm supposed to know this. But if you go back to the beginning and look at January, Sunday's number 1, Monday's number 2. That's the number calendar. So whatever number, I had this really good. When I had what I called the Bible, I got it in 3 ring binders now, but I had it on. It was a big 4.5-inch 3-ring binder. And that's what started me going crazy in Madison. They took that away from me. And because I had to order. I had my typewriter. I used to go out in the yard and hold court. And I did. And I used to do that in Grafton too. And especially, you know, I had little games I could play with numbers that I would trick you up. And a whole group of you at one time, especially black people. And I knew the signs. Tell me what year you're born, and I'll tell you what you are. And people like that. People are egotistical, and they like to know what day they were born. And I could tell them all this. You know, between Grafton, Madison, and Allen, and Bourne, Chillicothe. But here I am now. Uh, I found something on my. Finally figured out how to go to my profile and go through and see what people are saying. But I wrote a letter to my daughter because she's on. I could message her. Well, she got the big purple dot. But somebody got that letter, and the other day I wanted to end some of the madness with my son. No, I got to say sons because there's two of them. There's three of them with my wife that have my name that are legally because I was married and birth certificate. I'm on their birth certificate because all my other kids I'm not on the birth certificate unless the mother put me there. And as many Frederick Reiners as there is in the world today, damn. Because when this started out in 1952, and you went to the New York phone book, which was about yay big, 2 foot high, there was only one Reiners, and that was my uncle. Now there's a whole bunch. Because I always told my true identity. I might have switched up from Frederick to Freddie, since '96, I started calling myself Fritz after my dad. But that's him back there under the flag. Yeah, they called him Fritz. But I'm a junior. And now I got a third. I call him Frederick William Reiners III. He's an '88 Dragon. And he thinks I'm trying to sabotage him. So I can't even talk about him. But they all live, I'd say, a stone's throw away. Because it is. You get on a helicopter or even a fast motorcycle or a Viper. I could get there in an hour and a half. Or maybe even an hour. Sooner. Yeah, I could probably get there if they leave me alone. Clear the highway. They don't even have to clear it. I could work my way through traffic if I had my Viper. Because I'm good on I've been on bikes. I had a 600 Kawasaki that I took in on trade when I was the handyman. And I took it out. And I ran it up to like 140. And I said, what the hell am I doing? I didn't like it. One little wheel there. If I hit a pebble, that'd be under me. But I could take my truck and wind it out all the way. I had a 350 pumped up. It was a 76 bet. And I always say it was 375 horse, but I think it had more horse than that. I think it did. But full-time four-wheel drive C30. And I forget the transmission, but it was the 400 they called it. And I was told that because I tacked it out at $7,000. And the RPMs that I was doing 160. The speedometer just twisted at 100. It didn't go past 100. It would just stop. But I used to take my hand off the wheel, run it up to the top end of the motor, and then I'd kick it in neutral and let it idle down. I did this one night on the full moon, and I coasted onto the bridge. This is on 800 from Barnesville to 70. There was the highway patrolman on the bridge. I ripped it up because I had straight pipe, or the glass packs were burned out, so it was loud. And it had headers. So anyway, I scared. I spooked that cop. I did. I spooked him. He was spooked. That's the night I went to the sheriff's house, and he couldn't even get the sheriff to come to his house. He was on his own. Oh, Tom McCourt, you rest in hell, the devil. He is a devil. He's a 41 snake. Lived up to that title, too. I don't even know. He could still be living. But Chris died. That hurt me when I found out that Chris died. Chris Ditto, the chief of police of Barnesville, because he was born in 48. And that make him a rat. And I really loved him. I really did. And he took me to CRC. He said, if I'd known this was going to happen, I would have given you permission to carry a gun. Because I had to get signatures from the sheriff and the chief to restore my rights to carry a gun. And I had a lot of guns, weapons, whatever you want to call them. Carrying a concealed weapon under disability. And the disability wasn't nothing to do with being crazy. It was having a high-speed chase in 70. Well, it happened in 79, but I got sentenced in 80. And I got a 1 to 5. That gave me a felony. So when you got a felony, you can't have a gun. And here's where I say, and this is the truth. Now, damn it. Let me see what I'm doing. Boy, I'm using up time. But anyway, I say I haven't committed a felony or a crime in God's eyes since 74. And I did a lot of time since 74, you know. And I haven't committed a crime against God since 74. I mean that. And like I do. I haven't. And, oh, it's all crazy. But I don't know what to do right now. You know, I bought this knife in a kit with 3 knives. 3 of them. The damn thing was cheap. I think I got it at the dollar store. I used it for a lot of things. So now I keep it in here for a letter opener. If I got to stab that sucker that comes through the door and I don't want him coming through the door or the arches, I probably would. You know, I'd probably stab him in the eye. I don't want to kill him, but I want to blind him. Because I don't want to go to prison. But nobody's got the right to come through that door or that arch. This is my little castle. And I got the doors open, but I got my screen door, you know, the little... So you'd have to break it to get in here. But they keep asking me if I'm scared. I ain't. I really ain't scared. I'm scared of prison. So I don't want to be in a fight. Because something takes over me when I get into a fight. Because it ain't my day to die. So that means the other guy got to die. And that gets kind of scary, you know. That's why I do want to get some cameras here. When I get this stimulus money, I'm going to get some cameras. So I can, because I ain't scared to kill on camera. I ain't scared on camera. I'll do anything on camera that has to be done. You know? Really. I like the camera. And I love this, I guess I'm doing all right. You know, I woke up wet. Pillow was wet. That was around 1:30. And I had the fan on. I got an air conditioner, but I ain't plugged it in yet. You know, I ain't plugged it in because I'm in here and it don't reach this room. Last year, I would run the fan into the kitchen, close the bathroom door, and run the fan into the bedroom. And I would keep it actually, that little fan, or that little air conditioner, kept this place relatively cool in the hottest days last year. But I want to buy an air conditioner for this window here. I want to put the air conditioner, I'll probably buy a little bit bigger one and put it in the living room and put the little one in here and just run it on low. Because this is kind of like, this office is kind of special to me. It really is. You know, look at this stuff. It ain't half and half. It's a bag of whiskey blend. I bought it at the tobacco shop. And it's strong. But it's a nice pipe. It's a nice pipe. I got $20 invested in it. But it even has a look at the holder. It's got, yeah, it's really first class. And guess what? A woman owns the company. Yeah. I got to dig out the paperwork because I sent her an email, but she never responded. I got to send her another one. But it's a woman's company. I would love it. Because I believe women are going to rule. I believe that with all my heart. And we are coming to a point where women are going to rule. And I say I'm going to have 12 goddesses. And I pretty much already have them. I pretty much do. I just ain't got it all worked, the fine details worked out. But, uh, I met 3 women on my birthday in 15 at Allen. Sheila Scott, 1972, Teresa Mormon Jameson, 1969, and Heather Powell Myers, 1976. It was an incredible meeting, and I call them my goddesses. It's stronger than I want. Oh, I know what's wrong. I don't have my bottom denture. I must have lost it in the bed there. That happens sometimes. It smells good. But I can't inhale it. And I'm after the inhale right now. I'm not just trying to make smoke. I just want, I want to inhale. So I'm back to the gambler. Back to the gambler. You know, I do love y'all. You know, I just named 3 women. And they're powerful women. Jameson, Teresa. And I ain't even named Robin Schaefer. They're somehow gonna be the power structure of the world. Somehow these women are gonna be. I don't know how, but they're running the show. Because we got a woman director now, and I used to write about this back in '02. And I haven't got in touch with her. But I'm pretty sure she's heard about me. I am pretty sure of that. I am pretty sure she's heard of my name. But there's a couple men in my life. Dr. Robert Hammond. Now, he's the 72 rat. And then there's that damned Jerry Spatney Jr. He's another 72. And he won't get on Facebook. I gotta go get my teeth. I got the tops, but the tops don't come out. The bottom one does. But anyway, I didn't realize it till I lit up. I got a roll of cigarette. You know, you just. But I believe that the goddesses are all going to be with their mate, and there's where I get confused. Am I supposed to have a woman or not? Am I just supposed to be... Like, I got a picture. It's on the wall. It took me a long time to get this picture because it would disappear. Because it was kind of against the rules picture. But anyway, it's OBG, me, and Myron. And that is the most perfect picture I ever seen in my life. Because they're in a good relationship since '08. And has nothing to do with marriage and all that. It just, or names or whatever, you know. Because the name Barry is I like that name. You can use an A or an E. It still comes up Barry. And OBG is on my left. Myron's on my right, and I'm in the middle. We all got our thumbs up. Both of them. Both thumbs. And It was took on her phone, and then it was sent to me. Now, this rule they had about 6 months is kind of a bullshit rule. Excuse my language. But it is kind of a really dumb. But I ain't never seen none of it in writing. I ain't seen the ARs or anything saying this. I just heard about it. But here you are, 28 years in prison, and you don't have no contact with anybody in the world. Only prison. And I called it Mental Health Friday. Spatney didn't want me in mental health through the week because there was a lot of women there, and I just love to go over there and kick it with them because I get along with women about as good as you can get along with a woman. I really do. Because I got a genuine love for women. Genuine. There ain't no fake about me. I'm genuinely love women. And, everybody's talking about the weaker sex. That's crazy. That's crazy. Women are superior. They are. They have been. Always have been. You don't think so? Mess with a baby bear cub. Any cub. Any, even in the human tribe. Mess with a baby. Yeah. The mama is she ain't no joke. Hour and a half. I said I wasn't going to smoke on camera. But I don't like to pause. Unless I really have to. That something comes up that I do have to pause. And you can tell I'm smoking because there's so much smoke. I don't even have a fan in here because I only got one fan right now. I'm waiting on a couple things to come through that I have another fan so I can put my prison fan in here because I got the prison TV in here. I got the prison clock in here. Oh, wow. I got a lot of prison in here because I didn't leave nothing behind but one thing, and I ain't going to say what that was. But I got to give a shout out to Ashley. I made a scene, and she got really mad at me and put me on what I call silent mode, where I don't exist. And I don't know. She's married, got 2 wonderful kids, got a little girl, I don't know, I'm not even sure. I don't know, she's 3 or 4 or 5. She's somewhere in that vicinity. Cute as a button. And a terror. She's going to be something else because she's got quite a mother. And, she's got quite a mother. But when you're on YouTube, and all it takes is a phone call. Hey, look what he just said. And, when you know what you're doing, you can... I'm learning how to do it. You can fast forward it, reverse it. You can find anything. You don't have to watch the whole thing. You can... And I'm sure there's people that got numbers on it that they can do it by number. But, I made a scene and didn't really intend to. It wasn't in my mind to make a scene. I just... I don't even know if I should go. But I heard, okay, there was a sergeant in the Lorraine police. Damn, I'm having trouble remembering his name. And I want to say he's a Mexican guy. But he's from Lorraine, though. But his heritage is Mexican. He was sitting in the... It's the day that I... gave blood work and walked home from the Lorraine Dental and Health Clinic, and it was a mistake. I shouldn't even had a ride. I could have rode my bike there. It's less than a mile. It was a funny story. It was meant to be, though, because I wouldn't have did this if it didn't happen. But I want to meet Ashley's dad, and I don't know how much I should say, because she don't want to be in the limelight. She's like Spatney. She don't want to be in the limelight, and I got him on a video because I called down to Grafton on the video, on the YouTube video, and it works good. I love talking on the phone on the video. I really do, but nobody wants to do it. you know, the people are funny. They're scaredy cats. Because associating with me is either okay. I just said unstable on the air. They talk about the weather, but I am not unstable. That's the funny thing about me right now. I'm stable, and I can say since 15. And that's going on 6 years. That's a long time to not have any kind of drama. And that never happened to me. That's why I take that Risperidol at 9 o'clock every night. Or in that vicinity. I don't go past. I have missed it and had to take it at 10. Or sometimes I get tired and I just say I'm going to take it at 8:30. And but I have not missed a day of it. But now at 6:30 I take my pee medicine now. You could let me win that $1 million would help me out right now. That ain't enough. I needed that big one. I'd get 270 million, so I could start throwing around $20 million bills, so people could retire. I could put together one hell of a team, because Teresa Mormon Jameson, Heather Powell Myers, Robin Schaefer, they all wouldn't sneeze at $20 million. That's enough to retire on. Really is. Because all of them except Heather's got enough time in to take a early retirement. Because they got a lot of years in. And but anyway, I didn't. It's only the last I heard is around 40 million. That ain't the cash amount. So I don't know what the cash amount is. But that would be a start, though. I could throw around a couple $1 million bills. That wouldn't let nobody retire, but that would get their attention. Because $1 million is enough to get a nice car, upgrade your house. You could do some serious renovating with $1 million. You take 100,000 even, or 150, 200,000 on your existing house. You could really make it really nice. You could get yard fixed up, add a couple rooms, or build a whole house around it. That's what I like. That's my idea of beauty, is when you build around it. Because when I got out of prison in Wisconsin, 77, after July 7th of 77, I ended up working for a mason who owned a junkyard and had 12 kids. And he started out with a little trailer that was not much bigger than a camper trailer. He built around it, built around that, and it was amazing to be inside that. It was like a bee's nest in there. Beautiful. I loved the concept of that. I'm thinking about Tasha. I kind of in love with her. I mean, serious. She's got me thinking. And after I seen that picture yesterday, I really, because see, I be believing in Facebook. I believe there's going to be, I'm going to find, I took my glasses off. I'm sweating and they slide on the wet head. I do got to shave. But anyway, I lost my thought. Oh, I was looking at the time. I was talking about Tasha, but I can't say too much because she don't want to be public right now. But I do believe I can find love on Facebook. I was saying that. And I really do. I don't believe it's all scam. It's just, there's a lot of scam on here, and there's a lot of men sending pretty pictures. But I got an interesting thing going on Facebook. I really do. I'm getting my videos back. And, so it is going to cost me a little bit of money to get everything back. I am. I'm probably going to have to spend $100 to get everything back. And I'm not going to let people like Tina make it go away again. No, I'm not going to do that. Because I was talking about the church, and I loved that church, especially Bible study. And they were doing Revelations, and they started Revelations when I got there. And but they kept saying that I ain't the Antichrist, and that bothers me. Because they got a real bad concept of what the Antichrist is. Because I always tell people, damn, I make good coffee. Oh, I had an interesting experience with my coffee pot. See, Ashley arranged for me to have vouchers for the Salvation Army when I left prison. I forget how much they were, but it was a substantial amount to get the basics. And I did good. I really did. I even got a picture. I had excess money, and I didn't want it because you had to spend it. You couldn't go back. And so I bought two of them, and they're really nice pictures. And I could change the frame and I could change the picture and put anything in there. And I might do that one of these days. I might make a collage. You can do anything because it's a nice frame. It's a nice setup. But anyway, I always say, you take a mirror, look in the mirror, and write, live. No, write devil. Write devil. Write devil. And look in the mirror. Lived, damn it, lived. Jesus took care of the devil. He put the devil behind him, and there ain't no devil. Write the word evil, and look in the mirror. That's what's here, evil. You can't blame it on the devil. The devil's, no, that's bullshit. And, in the early years of me, like in 78, and even through my prison term, I was crazy. I was in they call it a suicide gown, or suicide watch. I call it homicide watch. And but anyway, I met in 03. I went through 5 prisons in Ohio, and I didn't get my security raised. I went through 5 medium prisons. It started out in Madison. I went to Chile. I went to Belmont. I went to Noble. And back to Allen in 31 days. I did that. 31 days. But I met a lieutenant in Belmont. I think I did 21 days in the hole there. As soon as I got there, they put me in the hole because I know too many people, because I was the Barnesville handyman. And when they opened up the prison in 92, so many people went to work there that I knew a lot of people. It's different when they know you, but when you know them and you got your phone, in your phone book, you got their number, that's a different situation. So they put me in the hole. And anyway, he came up to because they kept me in the big window so they could see what you're doing. And They have prisons now. You can't do all the dumb things we used to do, like flooding and all that, because they got the stuff set up that you can't flood. You just can't do that. You can't be a pain in the butt. You just can't do it. So anyway, he came up to my door and he started, I forget his name, but I remember him being a lieutenant or a major. He couldn't, no, I don't think it was the major. I think it was lieutenant. But he said he used to be crazy. And but now he ain't. And it's like love and hate. There's a very fine line between love and hate. You know, a very fine line. It's an emotion. And it's the same with insanity and sanity. It's a very fine line. And I'm running out of time, but I can show on paper when I was in Oakwood back in the day. I left there 8 times, so I must have been committed 8 times. So anyway, I would change my mind about leaving. Or I would change my mind and want to leave. And one thing I can say, over the 28 years I did, I always got my way. I somehow always get my way. The way is always made. But they could change the wording so easy to make it a commitment or a release, you know. And that's why I said there's a very fine line between insanity and sanity. And right now, I don't have a car. I don't have driver's license. But I feel like a millionaire on my bike. I got a Trek. The company started in 1976 in Waterloo, Wisconsin. Now, I love Wisconsin. I should have never left there, but that's another story. But anyway, it's rebuilt. Now, and it belongs to one of my best friend's father-in-law. So it's got history. And Carolyn, that's Mike's wife, it was her dad. And I keep this bike inside in the bedroom. The whole bedroom's donated to the bike and trailer. You know, I made videos of it. But all the gears, the brakes, everything but the tires. The tires are the only thing that ain't new. You know, everything else is restored. And it's a beautiful bike. It's heavy duty too, you know. It ain't a speeder, you know, it's a 7-speed. And you know, you ain't going to win races with it. But I can go up hills and I can pull a trailer. And I love it. And I get a lot of compliments on that bike. I really do. When they see the trailer and when I come out of the Figler's with a shopping cart full of food and put it in my trailer, that's pretty impressive. And pull it right off on a bike, that's pretty impressive. And I love it. And I'm not riding it enough because I get a little lazy. But it is good exercise, you know, it really is. But so I don't miss the car right now. I really don't. Now, if I did get that $1 million vaccination, whatever they call it, because there's 3 weeks left, and you know, I could win that. I might get, but I'm not sure I want to drive, because I don't want to be responsible with a car, you know. But I wouldn't mind having a car so somebody could drive me around, you know. I think I'd buy the Yukon. Or I might even get like Ash and just get an Acadia. I like the looks of it. I like GMC. But I do like that Wrangler, though. That Wrangler's got Mike's daughter's got one, and it's really, really nice. I made a video of it, but she's got a specialized license plate, and so I just, because Mike's he's being a deacon, so he ain't supposed to be associating with the Antichrist. It's back to being crazy or the Antichrist. It's one or the other, you know. But that's why I was starting to say about going on 6 years of being stable. Be insane. Be insane. That's a long time. So I don't have a complex anymore about being crazy. And I'm getting ready to start going out to the beach. It's about 1.5 miles. I'm going to take my grill. I'm going to put this in the original box with the styrofoam. And I'm going to take my phone and I'm going to meet people and do YouTube videos and have church. And, I started to talk about this, and it came up on the news. People are doing it. They're getting in groups of 12 to 20. And they're not going to the conventional churches and they're just fellowshipping, womanshipping, whatever you want to call it. It's a beautiful thing. And anyway, I do want to, I don't like to go past 2 hours. But I don't know how I did. 50 years is a half a century. And I don't know how many of you lost your mother or what your mother was. But I got the truest bitch there ever lived as a mother, making me a son of a bitch. And not many people can say that, because she was true. And she is a bitch, if there ever was a bitch. But anyway, I digress. Oh, I love you. When you get like me, here I am. I just been on this camera. I only paused it like once or twice. And I'm getting ready to roll another cigarette. I should go get a cup of coffee. Oh, I started to talk about my coffee. And that's what I sidetracked with the Salvation Army. But I had vouchers to go to the Salvation Army. And I seen this incredible coffee pot. But it had plastic wrapped around it. And I looked at it, and it had a nice pot. And, there's pieces there. I didn't even question it. I figured it worked. It just, something was wrong, that I could fix. It had $7.50 on it. So I bought it. I didn't even take it out of the plastic. I left it in the plastic. The saran wrap around it. And I looked at it and I couldn't figure it out. Oh, I got so frustrated. I just went to Walmart and paid $10 for the cheapest one they had and bought a coffee pot. And put it in the closet. I just put it in the closet. I was going to get Myron to look at it and see if he could figure it out. Because I couldn't get the lid to come down. Or, I just couldn't get it to work. So now my coffee pot acts up, and my Walmart coffee pot didn't make a year. And, my $10 coffee pot, it didn't make a year. I probably think I could if I give it a good, put vinegar in there. I'm wanting to put a whole coffee pot of vinegar, and I think I'm going to do that. Just at least put a cord in there and let it keep going through it, and it probably will work. I just want to have a spare coffee pot because I don't want to be without a coffee pot. But anyway, I was really nervous because I didn't have a $10 bill to go buy another coffee pot. So I got sitting down and scratching my head and frustrated because I ain't really stupid. I'm kind of smart in a slow way, if that makes sense. But I am kind of smart in a slow way. And things come to me. And it did. I get looking at this thing and looking at this thing, and it came to me how simple it was. Come to find out, all it has is one of the hinges on the back was broke and missing. So all you got to do when you open it up is keep pressure on the one, and you don't have to take it off. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's a good. I Googled it. It's $100 coffee pot. Got the clock and the different settings you could program it for. Unbelievable. And it beeps when it's done perking. It's really a nice coffee pot. And it looks really good. It's chrome. The $10 one was just a little old white mess. It was junk. But it was a lifesaver for me for $10. I ain't gonna never throw it away, even if I can't get it working. Because I love that coffee pot, because it made a lot of coffee. But anyway, now I do gotta go. Oh, there's a pretty girl. She must be about probably 22 to 26, somewhere in there. She got glasses on. Oh, she reminds me of Dr. Schaefer. Oh, she's so pretty. Nice, clear complexion. Oh, what's it? Eating mac and cheese for charity. All right. I love Spectrum because if I miss this story, they go through it all to today. I love that. But I don't like this music. They do that. I get irritated with that. You know, they. I don't. I wish they'd change that up a little bit. There's Erin Carroll. She's so pretty. She got rings on her this big around. Somebody loves her. Bottom line, I love her. They got some beautiful women on Spectrum. Well, on everything. Everybody's got beautiful women. But anyway, boy, I got this allergies. I can't believe the size of this up-ground swimming pool. And it is bowling. It's like this. It's like, and they got some kind of wrap around it. It's big. I got hearing kids yesterday. I didn't even see her put it up. And there's a lot of water because it's big. So it's good. You know, I like it. If I get $1 million, I was wanting to buy this house, but the upstairs is turning into a terrible mess. He's got a dog up there, and it keeps it in there. And it's terrible. It's got to be stinking. Oh, I was going to roll a cigarette, but yeah, I can't. I shouldn't even roll a cigarette. I don't have. Well, look at that. I've ruined the paper. They're expensive. You pay almost $1.50 for 100 papers. So I just wasted a couple pennies. But it's still a whole lot cheaper than buying a pack of cigarettes. Because I smoke up a pack of cigarettes in no time. And I can't even buy the kind that I like. You know, Camels, they don't even sell them where I go. Oh, it's 85 today, 40% chance of rain. I might just get that windbreaker Ashley gave me. Oh, she treated me good when I got out of prison. And that's what got her mad at me because I told on her. You know, she did it. She went over and above what she couldn't do for everybody, what she did for me. That's pretty much the story of my life. My dad used to say, everybody couldn't do that. Oh, that whole story is. But anyway, I am going to cut this one off. I don't know how I did. I have to look at it. You know, I did have a lot of things going on. But the bottom line is, you can't call me crazy no more. You really can't. You can't call me crazy. And as long as I'm on medication, I'm not bipolar. I ain't. I'm normal. I want to use the F word. You know, I'm fucking normal. That type of thing. But but anyway, yeah, I'm at 2 hours, and it's a beautiful thing. My phone's charged, my CB's charged, everything's charged. Here's Ashley. I got in trouble for doing that. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't tell the story about the sergeant in the parking lot and all the hornet's nest that I stirred up. But they are aware of YouTube. So there might be somebody there actually watching YouTube. Or my video of YouTube. And like I said earlier, Ashley don't want to be in the limelight. Like Spatney. The only one that ain't scared, and that's Dr. Hammond. He ain't scared. And he's probably the most patriotic of them all, because he's a colonel. I think that's the word, in the reserves. And he's been over there numerous times. I'm not really sure how many times, but he's been over there a lot of times. He's a great guy. I'd like to put him on YouTube and have our conversation on YouTube. I'm going to ask if we can do that. I'm going to ask him. Because it's funny how I got his number. It really is funny. It's amazing how I got his number. But it was meant to be. But anyway, hey people, let's get this show on the road. And do make a phone call, damn it. And let's get, I didn't even look, I can tell you what my following was yesterday. I love YouTube. I'm down to 177. We got to grow from that point. We got to grow. It's got to be better than that tomorrow. It really has to be better than that tomorrow. And I don't know what happened, and I kind of wanted this to be the beginning, but I don't really. I got quite a few things behind, up to this point. There's quite a few videos on there, and again, just turn the TV on and go about your business, and it's I keep saying it's interesting. It's going to get interesting. Yeah, I think a nice cool shower would feel good. But I was talking about Ashley and the things she got, the clothes that she got me, and how she couldn't do that for everybody. But she got me a windbreaker. Because they have a whole lot of clothes. They call it going home to stay home, or I forget how it goes, but it's where they give you a nice collection of clothes. And she really did me good. She really, because I haven't bought any clothes. I got Ed bought me a pair of shorts. I wish I had did what he said and bought 2 pair of them. I wish I would have did that. But anyway, I didn't even call her by her last name because I'm respecting her privacy. But she is the rich. Maybe I did say it when I said the 3 Bs. But I call her the most beautiful woman in the world. And she is really beautiful. She's got a smile. And she got everything. She is all that. She is beautiful. I'm almost ready to put Tasha on my face, on my phone. I do like that picture. But I can't part with Ashley just yet. Yeah, I can't. I've been looking at that now, and she pops up every time I turn my phone on, and it kind of just makes me feel good. Oh well, I do gotta go. But let's get this thing going right. Let's figure out something so I can start growing again. Because I know I was up to 838. I was up that many views. And Jamie says somebody took my videos. And the videos, that's how you lose. I don't know what's going on. But I don't think what she said is right because I'm still losing views and I changed my password. So the woman's got my password. The password ain't no good no more. But anyway, I do love y'all. And I do. I love a lot of you. A whole lot of you. Facebook people too. And oh, I got a hornet's nest stirred up on the... It's kind of early yet. Now people start getting up now. But wow. I buy jumbo eggs. And I broke 2 coming. I check them before I buy them, And they were all good before I left. I wanted to go past the church, and it's a little bumpy going that way. And I had a gallon of milk. and the milk kind of kicked into it. I hit a bump pretty hard. Sometimes you got to hit them if there's cars coming. Because I take up a little more space than a bike because of the trailer. But anyway, I do got to go. Oh, there's Brianna. Oh, Constantine. Or she says Constantine. Oh, they're so pretty. I just love it when they put the 3 women on there. Because 3 is my magic number. I just love 3 women. Because I'm actually pretty good with 3 women. I really am. I've had a lot of experience with that, with 3 women. And I just, 4, I've been with 4. And it gets a little bit, I don't know. Years ago I did a video with 12, and that was crazy. But my day's coming. So anyway, I do love y'all. And I hope I hope this turns out good. But I'm going to shut it off and get it on the TV.